Today is our first day of 2 days about Judaism. So the religion is Judaism, and followers of Judaism are known as Jews. But this instantly gets confusing because Jews are also the name of people who belong to an ethnic group. So you can be ethnically or racially Jewish without necessarily following the religion, and likewise you could be born somewhere else and be a different race, but also follow the religion and be Jew. So Jewish or Jews, that could refer to people who are ethnically or racially Jewish, like they're born to Jewish families, or it could refer to people who follow the religion. Typically that's the same thing. People who are born to Jewish families follow the religion, but not always. So that's Jews and Judaism. Sacred writings, they have the Torah, which is similar to the Old Testament used by Christians. It's written in Hebrew, and it follows the stories of the prophets and God's dealings with the ancient Israelites. Again, Christians will be familiar with the stories because it's similar to, not exactly, but similar to the Old Testament. Jews worship only one God. They are one of the world's oldest monotheistic religions. They worship just the one God. The place of worship for Jews is called a synagogue, although you'll often hear people refer to it as a temple, and either one is fine. Synagogue or temple. Beliefs is that God speaks to man through prophets, and there have been many prophets throughout history. Adam, as in Adam and Eve, was a prophet. Noah, Moses, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. These are all prophets of the Lord, written about in the Torah. Moses revealed the 10 Commandments, and these are 10 rules for life in Judaism. Christians and Muslims are also familiar with them because they all started out from the same religion. But number 1, you shall have no other gods but me, or no other gods before me. It's important for Jews that they worship just the one God. It's monotheistic. Number 2 is kind of related to it. You shall not make any idols or make any graven images. So, as in Hinduism and Buddhism, at the temple you may find a statue of Ganesh or Shiva or a gold statue of Buddha. That's a no-no in Judaism. They're not going to make any idols like that or pray to any idols. Number 3, do not misuse the name of God or take the name of the Lord in vain. So don't use the name of God disrespectfully. Number 4, keep the Sabbath day holy. And to Christians, Sabbath is Sunday, but for the Jews, the Sabbath or Shabbat is going to be from the time the sun sets on Friday until the time the sun sets on Saturday. So Friday night and most of Saturday is Sabbath. Keep it holy. Number 5, honor your father and mother. Number 6, you shall not murder or shall not kill. Number 7, thou shalt not commit adultery. So you need to be faithful to your spouse. Number 8, you shall not steal. Number 9, you shall not lie. Or it's actually written, bear false witness against thy neighbor, meaning you shouldn't make a false accusation, accuse someone of doing something they didn't do. Kind of boils down to thou shalt not lie. And number 10, thou shalt not desire your neighbor's things, or as it's translated in the King James Version of the Bible, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's things. So don't desire or be envious of things your neighbor has that you don't. Another core belief of Judaism is Messiah, that there is a Messiah. A Messiah will come to save us, the Jewish people. That's a really core belief of Judaism, and they are still waiting for the Messiah. And this is the break between Judaism and Christianity. The Jews believe that a Messiah will come, and they continue to wait for his arrival. And the Christians believe that the Messiah did come, and that it was Jesus. Another core belief of Judaism is that when people die, they're resurrected. So this is very different than the Hindu and Buddhist beliefs of reincarnation or being born again in multiple lifetimes. For the Jews, it's a linear progression. You start off somewhere before you're born, then you're born onto the earth, your spirit comes down. When you die, the spirit leaves, and then eventually, at some point in the future, your spirit and your body will be reunited, and that is called resurrected. And that's a core belief of Judaism. The symbol of Judaism is the Star of David. It's an upward pointing triangle and a downward pointing triangle kind of interlocked. Usually it's blue, but not always. And the language associated with Judaism is Hebrew. That's the language the Torah was written in and the language that they spoke in ancient Israel back in the day and the language they speak in Israel today.